You know, Generation 9 kinda got me in the gutter. I didn't think it's a good generation, nor that I think it's balanced, but I was actually slowly getting back to like showdowning and thinking about sets and thinking about new meta, and I was revisiting some of this stuff, and Bulbapedia is a good place to start reading up if you wanna, know what's up. Visit to the Grave, Last Respects, is one of those moves which basically got a full Pokemon ban. A very mediocre Pokemon got banned just because it got a very powerful move. But here I was reading it, and then I see Last Respects inflicts damage. Its base power, which starts at 50, is increased by an additional 50 each time a Pokemon on the user's side faints during a battle. So as soon as someone faints, it's already 100 damage. However, this is very important. Revived Pokemon who then faint again also count, with the base power capping at 5050 after Pokemon faint 100 times in the same battle. And that got me thinking, right? It is technically possible to do in a simulated thing in a normal game where you just throw revives at your Pokemon and like let them die. However, would it be possible to pull off on Showdown? And then I also remembered that there's a different type of move that was introduced. Revival Blessing. Revival Blessing allows the player to select a fainted Pokemon in the party. The selected Pokemon will be revived and half of its maximum HP will be restored. Alright, they just allowed a Pokemon to throw a revive at someone from their party just to bring them back. However, the catch is, there's only one PP. There's only 2 Pokemon that get it. And then I was thinking, okay, can we reach the maximum power on Showdown? Of course, Lepaberry is a thing, right? Lepaberry is allowed, Lepaberry will restore this move's PP. But what it won't do is allowed to be recycled because neither Pawmod nor Rabsca get recycled. So I would say Game Freak has me checked. Yeah, Pawmod doesn't get the Lepaberry back. There's no way of recovering the Lepaberry, of recovering the PP. However, Rabsca is a Psychic type Pokemon. And as you might guess, Psychic type Pokemon are notorious for being able to use Psychic type moves. And when you look at Rabsca, and you look at its swap, speed swap, guard swap, you know where I'm going with this? Ladies and gentlemen, TM098, skill swap. This is all we need.
Is it possible to learn this power?
So in order to obtain Harvest, we're gonna be using Exeggutor, which comes with Harvest, comes with Sunny Day, so we can definitely trigger Harvest every turn. Basically, we're gonna be giving the Rabsca, or whatever it's called, Harvest by skill swapping, then we're gonna be activating Sunny Day for it, so we can always get the Lepaberry back and just focus on reviving its fallen comrades. Because remember, we have 4 of them, and we need to kill them 25 times. And now for my actual team, we have Rabsca, Lepaberry, Synchronized, because the other one doesn't matter, Revival Blessing, Skill Swap. As I said, that's all we need. And then the Pokemon that we'll be suiciding with is called Ting Lu. It's some sort of the Gooflo, variation. I've also given it Lepaberry for obvious reasons, and I've given it Memento. So the plan is to Memento with 4 of these guys, and basically stack up the thing, right? But then, I was thinking, okay, we can get a fairly insane move, right? It's like 5 times as strong as the one which I did with the Crocodile, if you remember the power trip. So I was thinking, what can we do with that? Because obviously if we get that, just going, and I can show you, okay, yeah, we can now have, a strong move, it will kill an opponent, right? But I thought, no. What's the culmination of the experiment, right? And here it is. White Striped Basculin evolves into Basculegion when leveled up after losing at least 294 HP from recoil damage without fainting. If this Pokemon can keep dealing itself very little damage up until it reaches this number, which is completely weird. I mean, I don't know what it comes from. If you know, then let me know. But then he could evolve at level 2. And then I thought, okay, a level 2 Basculegion gets a Terra Ghost, gets a Choice Band, gets Adaptability, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, as it turns out, a level 2 Ghost Terra Basculin with adaptability, choice band, and a 5050 base power move of last respects on a crit guarantees, almost guarantees, to kill a Hoopa. Here's the Hoopa. This is the spread it was suggested for by the damage calculator. Heavy duty magician, Psyshock, it doesn't really matter, but it's special attacks, special defense, and speed. This Pokemon at level 100 can die to a level 2 Pokemon's move. That isn't fear, that isn't, you know, some sort of destiny bond, that isn't some funny gimmick. I mean, it is a gimmick, but you know, it's a fully normal damaging move that the level 2 will go for and it will kill it, which is absolutely insane. So I put myself through the torture to actually see if it works, and that took me a while, but yeah, it did. Let's watch it together. So I have the final part actually recorded. I'm just gonna show you really quick because this really took a lot of time. It took 250 turns or something like that. So I don't wanna, of course, run you through all of it. I'm just gonna show you what the idea is, then we'll skip a few turns, and then we'll just arrive at the final conclusion, alright? So, my opponent, you die 100 times, is using the Exeggutor's and a Hoopa. I'm using the Rapscal level 2 Basculin, as you can see, and the Gooflos with a thing on their head, right? So, as we start, they go into Exeggutor, we go into Tinglu. There is just burning PP for now, because the Tinglus need to be mementoing themselves up until the Exeggutor just decides, okay, that's fine, just, you know, bring my stats down, I don't really give a shit. Okay, there's Tinglu number 3 getting memento and killing itself, which is thank you for your service, appreciate it. And then there's Tinglu 4, Tinglu, whatever, the Gooflo with a vase on its head. And then here's Rapska, right? So Rapska gets the harvest, he goes for Sunny Day to guarantee the harvest. Then we Revival Blessing one of the Tinglus, as you can see here. Then we burn PP again. Then we get the Lepaberry back. Then we Revival Blessing. And we bring back the Tinglu. And then we do it 2 more times until all the Tinglus are back. And I was actually pretty stressed about, you know, mistyping poison or misclicking poison powder on the Rapska, which would be absolutely atrocious, but thankfully I didn't. So here it is again, and it goes for memento again. And now it is, you know, 14 out of 16, right? Alright, so basically that's it. We're gonna go through the entire thing again. At some point I went to Basculin just to check where its PP was at. But this is more or less it. Turn 69, perfect place to stop. And then at some point, Skill Swap also runs out of PP. So then Lepaberry is used on Skill Swap and then of course retrieved with Harvest. And that's also why my Tinglus have Lepaberry, just so I can, you know, get the mementos back. Because remember, with 4 Pokemon, we have to use it 25 times, and we have actually 26 uses because Lepaberry recovers 10 PP. So that was kind of clutch, but we get that. I'll just skip a few turns more, but I guess you get the point, right? Here it is. Alright, and here's the Basculin, here's the Hoopa, and let's take it from the live recording. Okay, so the whole thing was replay. I spent 40 minutes, if not more. Sai wants to be here for this, because either we get it, or it was a complete waste of time from my end.
5050 space power Basculin space.
Coming from a level 2 Basculin, we're gonna see a level 100 Hoopa with a normal Hoopa set come in and possibly die from a level 2 non-fear Pokemon. Alright, so here goes nothing. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you beat a level 100 Pokemon with a level 2 non-fear just by sheer damage. This is how you do it. If you're crazy enough to do it, yeah, I mean, we learned something today, I hope. And cool. Game Freak thought you would have me, but you didn't have me because I figured it out.